just cooking it today.
I had to scare Alie out of bed.
We're exhausted.
Sound like witches today, everybody.
I feel like we're giving up. Who's there? Best offshore passage ever.
Welcome to Breaking Waves. My name's Alie, and this is Ben. 4 years ago, we bought our Scepter 41 sailboat, Kiana, and have been cruising around the Pacific Northwest while we fix her up.
I got dinner!
Oh, and this is Bruce, our boat dog. After lots of hard work, we left our Canadian home behind in search of adventure, warmer weather, and the perfect anchorage with access to surf nearby. Follow the journey by pressing subscribe. Welcome back to the ocean. It's day 4, and Ben and I have been at sea now for 72 hours on our journey down the coast from Ucluelet, BC to San Francisco.
Feels like an appropriate way to cross into California here. Beautiful, sunny, hanging out on the deck, reading my book. We're probably about 20 minutes or less from 42 North. So that means we'll be in California. The sea temperature is 19.5 degrees Celsius, which is super warm. Had a dolphin come visit me this morning. Allie's still napping, but she'll be up soon. It's probably about 11 a.m.
We were trying to make a habit of doing regular chafe checks, so while Ben was on deck, he went ahead and inspected the lines to find that our jib sheet was looking pretty rough.
Well, that would probably be why. Just cutting up our jib sheet. I'm kidding. I wouldn't litter. But it is garbage. All right, friends. Here's what we're working with right now. So overnight, this blue up in this little area expanded. So that's where we're kind of caught right now. It's not a lot of wind. I think it's less than 10 knots. It says 4. Yeah, so nothing you can work with. We're trying to motor right now to get us back into the red. The red is about 20 knots. Yeah, 20 knots. And that's something that we can work with. Caught up with the wind.
Oh, that is nice. Time to gallop on into San Francisco.
Getting this dialed in. Look at that.
This is the next 2 days.
Beauty.
Yoo-wee! Let's get that preventer tied up. 7 knots, 7.5,
Yeah, that feels good.
7.6. All right, babe, we're going all the way.
Woo! That feels really good.
Love the color of that water.
I'm gonna have, I just can't stop taking footage of the color of the water and the white on top. I'm gonna have like 20 straight minutes of just ocean with some sea foam on.
I feel like this water has been sitting in icebergs and then gently warmed with geothermal heat to become what it is. That's what I think, okay?
Okay, Mr. Clean Energy Doomsday.
We've had like tinkering. We've been tinkering with the boat this whole. We've had time to like sit and look and be like, maybe we should change the preventer to forward more, or like maybe we should run that line under the lifeline. And because of all these little tinkering we've been doing, we've been able to really dial in some of our sail tacks for like how this boat loves it. So
We've avoided some chafe points. We've got more happening in the cockpit.
we started using a snatch block and then actually found out that it doesn't work as well as just running it under the lifeline. We ran a preventer forward and then we realized it's better back here. Like, we really dialed in. We've figured out that we can leave our whisker pole actually rigged up, which makes it really fast and really easy. So I feel
Theoretically.
like we've dialed in a lot on this passage, and I'm stoked.
So how's it know feeling that we can take her home pretty much anywhere at this point?
Feels amazing. I have everything that I could want with me right now.
Isn't it so cool?
I lose everything that I own in an instant, but we're not gonna do that. So
This is like everything we're familiar with. This is our home. This is our kitchen. This is our washroom. This is our shower. This is our bedroom. it's just like it's a source of comfort and familiarity, yet now it's going to be in a different place. It's going to be in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So we're going to be in a different place.
With all their comforts.
But yeah, it's like bringing home with you. It's pretty cool. I've never really experienced.
Basically turtles.
Yeah, we
We're
are.
snails.
I'm a dolphin, but
No, I'm a dolphin. You
Allie's a
can't take
tortoise.
that.
Allie's a tortoise.
You can't take my animal.
I'm a dolphin. So we're now about halfway through our 4th full day at sea, and depending on how the wind goes and the wind direction, it looks like we got about 350 miles or so to get into San Fran.
We are ready for this evening.
Yes.
Yeah. Ben and I just tried our tack reef from the cockpit for the first time. It's supposed to mean that you don't have to go up on deck to reef for your second reef. It's supposed to get up to about 20 knots tonight around Cape Mendocino, which is pretty much where we're at. We've already been busting about 8 knots here with full main and a rolled in jib. Sidebar, but yeah, there's some swell behind us we've been surfing down, and we're running with it. So we've been just cooking it today. It's been so much fun. But for the night, we like peace of mind. We like to be able to sleep. So
I think we're expecting a lot more than 20 knots. That's around the Cape.
Oof.
Ouch.
Ouch. Welcome to our second last night shift, folks. We've slipped into the rhythm of it now. I'm not dreading night shifts as much as I was for the first couple nights. We're making really good time. 8 knots. Just running with it. We have one reef in the main, and the jib is out almost all the way. It's been an incredible passage. We've been absolutely gifted with perfect weather and great seas and great conditions, and the boat has been doing so well. Ben and I have been a really great team under stress. We haven't fought once, knock on wood. It's been really good, and I'm excited.
I had to scare Allie out of bed. Just near the end of my shift. Just out of nowhere, these clouds rolled in and we're in full-on storm mode.
The wind picked up and switched around, so we ran up and just pulled in the jib, and we're just about to put it in a second reef now.
Who needs a coffee in the morning when you can just wake up to a squall, right?
Yeah, I mean, it gets the blood pumping, that's for sure. We almost made it. We lost our autopilot, and we're about 70 miles offshore, so we're gonna head back in. We're just below the Cape of Mendocino, and as you saw briefly, I don't know if they're related, but we took a gust on the side. It backwinded us. It kind of threw us into a bit of a spin, literally, like a physical spin. I was woken up from a nap. We came up. We fixed it. We're fine. We kept going, but our autopilot doesn't work anymore.
Just to be clear, this is the same autopilot that was brand new and recently installed right before we left. Yep, same one.
It's also day 5, and Bruce hasn't Peter pooed, and his heart is like going, like he's stressed, and I feel really bad. So, I mean, we were gonna go all the way. We're very close. It's frustrating because it's like we're so close, but we're gonna go in. It'll probably take us 10 hours just to get to the coast, and then there's a little like day anchorage place that we might pull into. We're exhausted. I feel like we're giving up a bit. Like I feel like the goal is San Fran, and now we're not making it.
I don't really feel that way. I just feel like we're cruisers now, and this is just cruising life.
Yeah.
We're still going to make it to San Fran. We're just being a little bit conservative and deciding not to do a night shift of hand steering because now we're essentially short-handed. We've lost a crew member, basically. And yeah, I really want to get Bruce ashore. He deserves a break. I can't believe he hasn't released yet, so.
But we also left shore accepting that we were going to be doing this.
I fully expected that by now, by day 4, that he would have pissed or both. I didn't expect it to be this long.
But I mean, he hasn't, and that's only on him.
Either way, spirits are not as high today. We are seeking shelter and a bit of regroup.
Now, before you call PETA on us, we did speak with a vet before we left who said that if Bruce had to go bad enough, eventually his bladder would just let go. And at that point, we would have treats and celebrations and cuddles waiting for him. But I don't think either of us expected it to be 5 days, and he looked very uncomfortable. But we also thought that if we didn't have the opportunity to celebrate him going on the boat, that he would never actually learn, and the 5 days he had spent holding it would be for nothing. Either way, whether it was for San Francisco or a day Anchorage for Bruce, we trimmed the sails and head in. And just as the sun came out...
On top, sun just gets so hot, will melt your popsicle.
What do you think, Bruce?
California in the summertime.
Literally 1 hour ago, Alan was like, "What the California? Claudio, where my winter jacket?" Jesus.
What the frick am I wearing a toque right now, Callie? It's hot. And I love it.
Taking the reef out of the main, a little extra juice. Alright folks, well this is it. The final leg of the journey, it looks like. 150 miles, wing on wing south to San Francisco.
And in the nick of time...
Yeah, good boy, good boy. Yeah, you did it, you did it.
Bruce went pee.
So we motored through, we hand steered and sailed through the whole night. And then at sunrise, 6 a.m. on the changeover of the shift, when Alie came up, we actually got a hail on the radio from the U.S. Coast Guard asking us if we were in distress because we weren't making much progress. The wind was dying, so we decided to roll in the sails. I guess we're motor sailing because the main is still up. And yeah, now we're like 45 nautical miles from Drake Bay. We're pretty exhausted. It's been a super fun trip. It's been a long trip. Back to sailing. The wind filled in nicely. We got 16 knots coming from behind. So yeah, we're doing 6.5 knots. We're wrapping this passage up, and I'm just glad we get to do it under sail. It feels appropriate. I'm excited. I'm excited to go see that big red bridge that I don't understand why it's not gold. Sleeping Beauty has spoken. Come enjoy this. This is the end of the passage. Hey, Skipper.
I'm Brian.
I'm loving it this morning.
Miss Autopilot.
The wind, yeah, I miss Autopilot too. But the wind did fill in again. We're not motoring anymore.
But
You hid this from me.
the chocolate bar I hid because I knew you'd eat them all.
I ate a lot of chocolate on this trip. Get that up here too.
You're back to life.
She's feeling better after a gigantic shit.
Like a massive poo.
Massive.
There's so many
There's like
turds.
4 poos.
It was 5 because I found one later.
Alright, so here's the deal. It's 12 o'clock. We are about 60 miles from the entrance of San Francisco. It's dark like 9 right now, so we're cutting. It'll take us about 8 hours if we go like 7 knots. So we do want to get there before it gets dark, so that obviously we can get a picture. But so we can't let the boat go below 7, and this is our race. We need to focus, and we need to like pay attention to the wind, keep our speed above at least 7, but hopefully faster. And then we can make our anchorage before nightfall.
Oh, I got 8, 9, 9.1 right now.
I believe in you, as long as you stay focused.
That's nuts. That was a long one.
Land ho! Alie pops my head up.
What did you just call me?
All varieties of hose on this boat.
You're talking about garden tools, right?
Hey, garden variety, the lantern variety, or boat variety.
Now, I don't know if it was the exhaustion or the excitement, but it was around now that we started losing our minds.
It sounds like a human.
Alright, Alie is at the end of her shift, losing her brain as usual. We are 16 nautical miles away from the Golden Gate Bridge, and it is still lots of light because we sailed like witches today, everybody. Witches!
Witches!
Oh, no.
Did you hear the bird, Bruce?
I can't wait
Brucey
to hear
Bear.
somebody else was that.
Look at that. I think we need the special step for our first offshore passage ever.
For the bridge!
For the
To the
bridge!
glorious bridge!
To being sailors!
Yeah, but it was a good thing we held off until we got to the bridge.
Well, nothing like a little bit of gusts out of nowhere to keep your blood pumping. That came out of nowhere. We had a lot of sail up for that. We definitely got spanked by the ocean there. She gave us a swift backhand to make sure we were paying attention. She's like, hey, you're not there yet. Wake up.
True, we were maybe not there yet, but ooh, we were getting close.
We're done. Like we're in the city. Pretty big moment. We've been continuously operating this boat now for 5.5 days, going on almost 6 days. And we've made it to our destination.
Our first offshore passage.
First offshore passage. We just went under the Golden Gate Bridge. Cheers.
Cheers to Kiana.
Now, I don't have the words to explain what we're feeling in this moment. Something like proud and speechless and excited and every other possible emotion that you could be feeling in this moment. Proud of the last 3 years, proud of each other for pushing through, proud of Bruce, proud of Kiana, and beyond excited for the next chapter. Shout out to our new patron, Marie Benjamin. Thank you for joining the team. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit subscribe so that you don't miss out on the next upcoming episodes.